Hi, welcome to this demo of IBM Spectrum Copy Data Management version 2.2.16. In this demo, we'll be showing you the new ability for ransomware detection integration for your Epic Cache and Iris workloads. With that, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Pepe to walk us through the demo.
Hello, my name is Pepe Lam. I'm the product manager of Spectrum Copy Data Management. Today, I'll be discussing a new feature in Spectrum Copy Data Management, the ability to perform ransomware detection for Epic Cache and Iris workloads. Spectrum Copy Data Management has an integration with a ransomware detection solution that will scan for any anomalies in your Cache or Iris backups and provide the results to Spectrum Copy Data Management. This feature requires users deploy a ransomware scanning server following the requirements specified for Spectrum Sentinel. After the server has been deployed, users can register a scanning server in Spectrum Copy Data Management. To register, first I want to navigate to the Configure tab, go to Sites and Providers, right-click on Security Scan Server, hit Register, and here you want to provide a name, which is a logical name, host address, which could be a fully qualified domain name or IP address. Then you want to select what type of security server it is, if it's virtual or physical. If it's a virtual security scan server, it can support Cache or Iris databases that are either virtual or physical. If it's a physical security scan server, then it will only support physical application servers. Now, if I select virtual, I want to make sure I select the vCenter. And then there's going to be two credentials to provide. First is the API credentials. You can provide either username and password. And the second is the system credentials that will perform the mount operations on the security scan server. Now, once the security server has been registered, then we create the SLA policy, which will trigger the scanning solution. So first you want to navigate to SLA policy, select New, go to IBM Spectrum Virtualize, and now the security scan server is only available for a specific backup type. In this example, it's the safeguarded copy. So you can only run security scans on safeguarded copy backups. So you want to select safeguarded copy, select the volume group that you're going to protect with the safeguarded copy policy, set the retention, and then here there's a new checkbox to perform security scan. You can set which backups you want to run the scans on. By default, it's going to run it for every single backup, but you could change it to every other backup or what backups you want to scan with. Next, you want to select the security scan for this SLA policy. Provide a name, and now you can hit finish and you have a new SLA policy. Next, we want to apply this new scanning SLA policy to the backup jobs. Now, as I mentioned, the scanning feature is only available for intersystem databases, either Cache or Iris. So once you have your Cache or Iris registered, you want to select New, hit Backup, select your Cache instance, and then select the SLA policy, which has the scanning enabled. By default, I had set the frequency to once a day, but I also enabled the schedule to run on a scheduled basis at a specific time. So I have it scheduled to run every day at 12:30. So once I provide a name, and then I can create the job. I already have a couple jobs running, and I wanted to show what the UI displays when a ransomware has been detected. If you view this job, if you look at the history, you'll notice there's a new column for the security scan status. So once a job gets triggered, first what it'll do during the backup job is it will create a snapshot in the safeguarded child pool. Once this snapshot has been created, it will clone a volume and mount that volume to the security scan server. Then CDM will tell the security scan server to scan the specific mount point, and the security scan server will respond back with the results of its scan. As you can see here in the history, first you'll see a couple jobs when there was no threats detected. Once it actually finds ransomware, you'll get a new status stating that threat has been detected and the status will be set to failed. you will continue to receive a failed status as long as the threat is still on the cache or iris server. Next, I want to show the restore process when you want to restore a cache or iris that has had a scanned SLA policy. So first you want to select New, Restore. You have the different options for iris or cache. You could do Instant Disk Restore or Instant Database. In this example, I'm going to do Instant Database. I'm going to select the cache server, iris server that I already protected. Go to Copy. And here there's a new button which will either select using the latest snapshot or using the latest successful scan. Now, once you click on Use Latest, you will see all the snapshots that were created for this backup job. You'll see here first the checkbox for the safeguarded copy, and then you'll see the scan status. This scan here was completed with no threats. If you decide to use a restore point that has a threat, there will be a pop-up that you have to confirm before using this specific restore point. Now, if you select a restore point that doesn't have any threats, it will go through the normal process. So if I decide to use a scan, let's go back. I'll use this copy. And then I select the destination where I want to restore the encrypted data or any ransomware that was detected on that specific file system. Provide a name for the job and then create the job. So once the job has been created, you can trigger it by hitting the Start button, and it will follow the normal SCDM process where it will first clone the volume from the snapshot, from the safeguarded child pool, mount that volume to the target system. Once you mount the volume to the target system, CDM will then also run commands to bring up the cache or iris instance. The job that I created actually has ransomware, so it's not recommended to restore it in your production environment. It's recommended to restore it into a clean room.
Great. Thank you so much, Pepe, for the demo of the ransomware detection inside of IBM Spectrum Copy Data Management version 2.2.16. Be sure to check out the other videos out there on CDM. Thank you very much.